Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I am your usual host and presenter, Advocate Tulo Hoyani. You know, when some of us say the atmosphere in that courtroom in Pretoria is toxic, and is not what it is supposed to be, some people just imagine we are just making up these things. In the last 2 days, I have come up with theories that might well see those 5 accused persons go free. And when I was thinking about, those approaches which I've given you in the last 2 days, thoughts of Advocate Tulani Mngomezulu came rushing through my head. I remember the bulldog and some of the many encounters that he had with Justice Ratha in that courtroom. Some of them very confrontational, very, very direct and, in a sense, very brutal. There was a time when it was, I think, the 28th of May last year, when a very heated exchange occurred between Judge Ratha and the late Advocate Tulani Mngomezulu, with Advocate Tulani Mngomezulu accusing the judge of colluding with the prosecution. Get those words right. The judge colluding with the prosecution. The judge did not take kindly to that. There was a heated exchange that culminated in Justice Ratha even threatening to sue Advocate Tulani Mngomezulu. But true to form, the bulldog simply said, I will stand by what I am saying. I am not withdrawing anything here. So it was a very, heated exchange. And the objection that Mngomezulu was saying there was that, the judge was sort of leaning towards the prosecution because a witness had said this statement was commissioned by Mohane in Johannesburg, and the judge was sort of taking a different view to sort of correct that by saying it was taken by one Johan, and that is what rubbed Mngomezulu the wrong way up, right? When the exchange got very heated, it also involved finger pointing on the part of the judge. The whole courtroom was transformed into just what courtroom should not be. An exchange, they were talking over each other, but Mngomezulu stood his ground. And the judge made those threats, and Mngomezulu would have none of those. Although at some stage Mngomezulu seems to be backing off because in the face of perhaps threats by the judge that, you are impugning my dignity and character, I will sue you, right? But at the end of it all, Mngomezulu insisted that, okay, let us play the tape. Let us tell the tape. That is what you said. Let us be honest. That is what you said. Let us play the tape and perhaps the electronic record will settle this whole matter. But the judge would have none of that. He refused to play the electronic tape or the electronic record, which should have cleared the air as to what exactly the judge had said. But I'm saying, the relationship of Judge Ratha with the defense in this trial is typical of what you're going to see in this clip, which I'm going to play to you in a minute or two. He is just not playing the role. He's not just playing the role because the decorum of the court gets affected also. When judges start pointing fingers and, making threats like that, and in equal measure, lawyers, telling them how they are colluding with the prosecution and, accusing them of lack of honesty and all that kind of thing. But this is the Senzo Meyiwa trial. It is full of twists and turns, and these are some of the things that, by now one doesn't get too surprised by them. But this development sort of give us the background of what is going on there. what is going on there, and the relationships between the players. Just have a listen to this. This was that confrontation that the late Mngomezulu had with Justice Ratha on the 28th of May 2024.
My Lord, I've used the word in a literal way. I understand. Maybe I mean it. I might not understand it. Maybe I mean it. Because now, may I respect the court by saying this? But you just said now. That's it. That's what you're doing, my Lord. With due respect. And I'll stand by that. And I'm still preparing my 317. No, do it. No, you just mentioned my Lord now. He said this statement was commissioned by Vosmus Mkhani. You say, as the court, you say it was commissioned by another person, Johan. How am I committing with him? No, but he said it was commissioned in Johannesburg. The court says it's another gentleman, Johan. I never said, no, you see. I never said it's another gentleman. That's what you said, my Lord. Let's just rewind it. You don't have to rewind it. No, let's just take my records for that. This is what you've said. You said this. You are satisfied that this statement was properly commissioned by the gentleman, by Johan. And the state said it was Vosmus Mkhani in Johannesburg. Please, my Lord, let us be honest to this. You mustn't use words you don't understand. No, may I retract it? You mustn't use words you don't understand. May I retract it? I've got the right to sue you. My Lord, maybe you don't even know that law. No. I've got the right to sue you. My Lord, because you're impugning my character and honest. Maybe you don't know that. My Lord, may I address the court? May I address the court? No, you don't know.
That is that unfortunate exchange with Mngomezulu saying, I'm still preparing my 317. Remember the 317 that Mngomezulu used to talk about? Mngomezulu is also threatening that I'm going to make that special entry. A special entry is an entry that can be made by any defense counsel to note that something is not being conducted in a proper manner in a trial. So the judge just retorts and says, "Yeah, you go ahead and make that special entry." It was a bar brawl, very 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 vicious. But all credit to Mngomezulu. Mngomezulu stood his ground, and this is the sort of thing that you respect in anybody who dare call himself an advocate. That in the face of situations like that, you just got to call a spade a spade. And Mgo used to call a spade, and there you've had him call a spade. Perhaps I didn't say much. Only that the Senzo Meyiwa trial is one of a kind. So I'll be looking at the evidence and my other theories which come to mind as I look in and around this trial. Let me thank you for watching this video and the previous videos that you are continuing to watch, and please don't watch, also subscribe and like in the process. And thank you for having watched this one, and have a nice day.